boys and girls. Thanks for joining me as we learn about commas. Now, a comma is something that we can use in a lot of different ways in our sentence, but it can get kind of tricky because a lot of people use commas incorrectly. So I found this really cool way to help you remember all the different ways that you can use commas. All right, and it's kind of like an acrostic poem a little bit. So let's go through this. So for C, the C of comma, you can use a comma at the closing of a letter. So after you've written your letter, you want to say sincerely or love or from. You put a comma after that word before you sign your name. What that does is that separates kind of the rest of the letter from who's saying it. The next way that you can use a comma is with our O, or the opening of a letter. So after you say, Dear Mom and Dad, or Dear Sally, if you're writing to your friend, you put a comma. That separates who it's from the body or the rest of the letter. All right? Now we have two M's in our commas word. That is because you can use, these two ideas kind of coincide. You can use commas when you write the date. You write the month and the day, comma, the year. Because if we didn't have that comma there, all of these numbers would kind of be jumbled together and we wouldn't be able, it would be a little harder for us to see where the date was and where the year was. Same when you are writing out a city and a state, like in an address, you write the city and then you put a comma and you write the state. All right, so when you're writing the city and the state, you use a comma in between the city and the state. The next way that you can use a comma, with our A, it says at the beginning of a direct quotation. So let's say that you're writing something and you want to quote part of a book. So you're going to start writing out your sentence. For example, in the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it says, before you put that quote in from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you're going to put a comma. That separates what you're saying from the quote, what another person is saying. So it's very important to have that comma there. The last main way that you can use a comma that I have here is in a series, or another way to put that is in a list. So right here I started writing down a shopping list. We have eggs, milk, and bread. So in between each specific thing on your list, just like right here, between our eggs and our milk, we want to make sure that we write a comma. That helps us to distinguish a little bit easier the different things that we have in our list. Eggs, comma, milk, comma, butter, comma, bread, comma, milk, comma, and you can go on and on and on. So hopefully this was a great way to help you remember all the different times that you can use commas in a sentence. So pay attention to that and make sure that you're using commas correctly. Good luck!